Welcome back, Truth Seeker. I just got a request to look into the flooding of Cincinnati. And my condolences to the people of Cincinnati who are dealing with the flooding. I didn't realize this had happened. I knew about the flooding in the region, but as for Cincinnati specifically, it just came across my radar. Notice what is reported. Downtown Cincinnati was flooded on April 8th, 2025 due to rising water levels in the Ohio River. The river crested on Monday, April 7th at 60.79 feet, the highest level in nearly 28 years. This caused the river to overflow and flood parts of downtown, including streets and some homes, according to news reports. Think about what universities in Cincinnati. Xavier, one of the 27 remaining Jesuit universities, is in Cincinnati, and it's Xavier. And it's named after Francis Xavier. And do you know what day Francis Xavier's birthday is? Do you know what day? It's April 7th, the day the river crested that led to the flooding. And this is noteworthy because the first act of weather warfare was admitted to in 1952 on August 15th, which is the Jesuit order's birthday. The Jesuits were born in Paris, France on August 15th, 1534, in the time of Ignatius Loyola, who was good pals with Francis Xavier. So you just got to say, what are the odds? What are the odds? This highest level on that date in decades. The other thing is April 7th is the 97th day of the year. And remember, we're on this calendar that came from the Jesuit priest Christopher Clavius. Start to pay attention, you start to realize that Jesuits are like behind literally everything going on in the world today. That's not an exaggeration, sadly. They run this mother. But April 7th is the 97th day of the year. 97 is the 25th prime number. And what did I say about flooding to start 2025? I said it'll probably be worse than ever. And I think that's definitely going to be the case. All signs point to that already. The word flood equates to 25, the small way. Of course, it equates to 52, the big way, like the first act of weather warfare was admitted to in 1952 on the Jesuit order's birthday. It's just like the word Pope. Pope's 52, the big way, 25, the small way. Again, 52-week calendar given to us by the Jesuits in tribute to the Pope, who the Jesuits serve. And funny enough, April 7th is 111 days after the Pope's birthday, and his birth name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio, old 111. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 111 days after his birthday. Jesuit Cincinnati floods. And with regards to the flooding beginning April 7th and then getting bad April 8th, consider the majority of the world writes that date 8/4, like 84. The big way, Jesuit equals 84. The small way, the Jesuit order equals 84. And if you're new here wondering what the big way and the small way is, one's with the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. The others with the alphabetic order and numerology applied. So, for example, flood. F is the 6th letter, L's the 12th, O's the 15th, O's the 15th, D's the 4th, added up, 52. Applying numerology to each letter, flood. F is the 6th letter, L the 12th letter becomes 1 plus 2 is 3, O the 15th letter becomes 1 plus 5 is 6, O is 6, D is 4, you add that together, flood is 25. And here we are in 2025. And we just read the stat last week, how many more floods there have been already this year. They said there's more floods already this year than there are in an average year by the end of June. And we're here at the start of April. And we know once hurricane season comes around, flooding usually really ramps up. Also, for anyone who's new here, look up the military document from the 90s it's written by the Air Force about owning the weather by 2025. It gets annoying when people say that weather warfare is not a real thing because the U.S. government banned it in the 1980s. Obviously, they might have banned it with legislation, but they didn't really stop the practice. Again, you got to remember, psychopaths control our government and military, and by destroying our own property with our own military, the central bankers benefit because loans are given out from the central bankers to the governments who declare the emergencies and get the funds. And then those bankers, they profit. They make a lot of money off those loans. A whole bunch of interest is paid back to them by we, the taxpayer. We pay for the military and its technologies used against us. And again, this is why we are given the right to have the First and Second Amendment, which social media has completely undermined, and so has the mainstream media. And people are allowing these things to program their minds. And they're the same platforms that are telling people that weather warfare is not real when it's been admitted 2 decades ago, when the U.S. government banned it in the 80s. Everyone allows themselves to be brainwashed and lied to, and they think those lies are the truth. And then they think the people who speak truth are the liars. And they got all these contrived insults for them. Conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat, nut job, wacko, kook, loon. Like, because I actually know about history? I'm the bad guy, huh? Being an ignoramus who just lets the TV do their thinking for him. Oh, that's normal. And sadly it is. Weird means not normal, if you didn't know that. You get called weirdos too. You sound like a weirdo. Well, maybe that's a good thing. I'd rather be not normal in this society. A lot of you normal people deserve to be washed away in the next weather warfare action, literally and truly. But be careful what you wish for, truth seeker, because this stuff's happening more and more in everybody's neighborhood. All right, be well, Cincinnati. Be a truth seeker. Till next time.